especially vulnerable women and older adults. A high rate of obesity is found in many countries. 85% of those who exercise regularly during the study kept these habits for the following 5 to 10 years, while almost 82% of those who were not active remained sedentary in their lifestyle. The aim of this study was to examine the level of physical activity among university students and investigate whether engagement differs in physical activity by students' gender and age. The study included a total of 1,646 students at the University of Zagreb, aged between 19 to 27, from different areas in Croatia, different parts of Croatia. We used an anonymous questionnaire which included current involvement in sport, individual preferences according to their physical activities, and involvement in physical activity in last month and the last 7 days. The result shows that almost 9% of our students never involved in physical activity or exercise and sport. The most common reasons never involved in sports are students are not interested in sport, and for most it was not possible to participate in desired sports where they grow up. Most of our students choose recreational level, and some of activities is here. They choosing much riding a bike, running, volleyball, aerobics, dance. We researched also seasonal activities, and we can see that our students choose 22.8% of our students engaged in swimming during summer, of course, diving, sledding, ice skating, and 8.3% in skiing. Active participation in sport, we can see that 32.4% of our students was active in sport, but I must say something very interesting. We asked them about participation in sport up to studying, enrolling in the college, and what we can see that initial exit from the sport happens between 13 and 14 and growing up, and before enrolling into college, 28.2% of current students have dropped from sports activity, which indicate that only 4.2% of students are currently active in sport. The most common reason for cessation from active sports are impossibility to harmonize the school and sports commitments, injuries, and inadequate training time. We also researched physical activity during last month and last 7 days, and we can see that 20.2% of those students not active at the recommended, only 20.2% are active on the recommended level. Weekly engagement gives almost similar results, 17.7%. Difference by gender. We can see that male students choose soccer, basketball, table tennis, while female students little bit different activities, riding a bike, rollerblading, volleyball, tennis, aerobics, etc., badminton, other. The logistic regression analysis shows that we have statistically significant difference by gender, and male students, we can see that male students are more active in current activity and weekly activity. Okay. Age difference, multiple linear regression analysis shows that the age was not significantly associated with sports and exercise. And for the conclusion, what we can say, that our students are not sufficiently active because only 20.2% were active at the recommended level, at least time a week, at minimum of 30 minutes. This research is consistent with previous research indicating high percentage of inactivity or low activity in this age group through the worldwide. We have some recommendation or suggestion maybe for next research. More research is needed based on the intensity, preference, and total physical activity. Identify a large number of sedentary activities is typically for student population. Distinguish real sedentary behavior, watching TV or video, from studying, because these two categories is not same. Perceiving positive effects of physical activity on students' health, and more longitudinal research needed. And finally, I would like to say that physical activity is not morally